magical collaboration between Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Mothership, a horror survival RPG starring the cast of Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Presented in Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Mothership. We are here tonight again, and Rich, I did forget to do what I said I was going to do, which is put on my Beer Machine shirt to compliment, or I should say, what was it, Beer Forge shirt to complement the Podfather shirt. So I do appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for the remembrance of all that. We are here to a huge studio audience of nobody, and a huge streaming audience of also nobody. So there you have it. But we're going to have a great time this evening, and we are going to continue our intrepid exploration of Choi Labs this evening. And we are going to get going on that after we deal with a little bit of leveling up, kids. Remember, we're going to do some leveling up, and then we're going to but we will make a stop off at the two individuals who did not level up to check in with them, check in on their characters, and see what they're having this evening for a beverage. So let's start off with everybody's favorite helpful hunk, Eric. Eric, you are right now doing the leading at 55 XP. Not that this is a game or a contest or anything like that. You had a bit of a rough time last time around, but you did level up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're having to drink tonight and what you have added to your character?
All right, so I am drinking Never Gosa Bad Fruitcake Gosa from 42 North Brewing Company. I have not had this before, as is now apparently my theme for this show. I only have opaque beers.
That's a very delicious looking beer.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. I like a fruity beer.
All right, so that's really good. And it even has the cake flavor at the back end.
Very, very nice. So it's got kind of a vanilla-ish sort of, with some good mouthfeel, I would imagine, as well.
Yeah, so it's thinner than I expected, but it's pretty good, and it's pretty. The sour from the Gosa up front is pretty sharp, but
sweet.
I like it.
And so, tell me a little bit about what Eric leveled up to here. We know that from his encounter with the crab last time that he had a bad time, and he now has a crippling fear of seafood and seafood analogs. Wondering what did level 3 bring you?
So level 3, I added +4 to all of his saves because he apparently needs that. I did, however, remove the phobia. Sorry to be a spoil sport. Remove the crippling fear of military people afraid of seafood.
Got it. Actually, that may have been what I actually had thought was seafood and seafood analogs. So I will now erase that off of your sheet.
Okay. And the what he did add, and this is related to the artificial intelligence that he added last time. He has now learned theology and art. He's exploring a little bit of culture, a little bit of research about the nature of the divine, and nothing could possibly go wrong here. Androids study that all the time.
Androids that want to learn about God and the frailties of the human condition turns out to not necessarily always work out too well in our cinematic history.
I mean, luckily we're in a lab, though, so that should be better.
Oh,
sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Especially one experimenting with biological units. So thank you very much, Dan. Appreciates that. Let's move on to the other character. There are only 2 characters that leveled up last time, but that doesn't mean that we don't appreciate the other 2 just as much. Let's move on to Reggie. Reggie currently is at 54 XP. And you added, you also are now level 3. And tell me, first off, what are you having for beverage this evening? And then go into what happened with your character.
I'm just drinking water tonight. I'm still recovering from my
some hot bullshit.
Second dose, so
oh,
not feeling the greatest.
You must be 65.
No, I work in the hospitals, so.
Oh, so you're one of them. Okay,
yes.
just get...
One up.
So
Well,
yeah.
as a
But anyways.
52-year-old male who hasn't had the opportunity to get a shot yet, that's
Yeah,
going to not work out well for Reggie.
No.
Just kidding. Just
He's
Don't worry. Governor
having some
Cuomo,
side
if you're
effects from
listening
the,
to this,
inoculation shot he took.
No, you're a frontline worker, so I guess. I mean, what'd you do? Like reprogram an X-ray machine or some shit today, or what? What'd you do?
That was Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting all that COVID up in your face every fucking minute. Got it. Get that shot, kid. All
Yeah, I
right,
know.
so
Water's what's for the beverage tonight. I kind of rinse and repeated. Level 2 and level 1, I added 5 intellect, 3 speed.
Mm-hmm.
I removed all my stress this time instead of taking a resolve because I was about 50%.
you had a lot of stress.
I had a lot of stress. And for skills, I had banked 2 previously, so I spent 3 this time around. So I took engineering, and I also took piloting, so we have a backup pilot in case something goes wrong.
It seems
after
wise.
seeing how combat works.
It seems wise. Speaking of combat, I should make a note to those of you. So I'll be honest, full transparency, first time I've run this system, so I'm kind of getting used to the combat rules especially. And there is... So when they list the number of hit points that a creature has, and they put that's in parentheses, and then they put a number before that. That means how many times they take that particular number of hit points. And it's like, if you think about 40K, it's like bracketing. And so in the case of said crab that Eric had an unfortunate experience with, he had the number 3 in front of him, which means he would have been the 40 points of damage 3 times. He actually had 120 hit points, and then he would bracket down each time. I am very glad.
Don't like that.
I am very glad I didn't understand that rule at that time.
Yeah, we would have all died.
That seems like you would have had a bad time.
We would have all been crab food.
It would have been bad for all of you. But now we all know that rule, and I suggest we all behave appropriately from this point moving forward. So, very good, Reggie. Let's move on to Sasha. Sasha, you did not level up, and that's fine. That's fine. I'll give you a participation medal. I hear that's very popular amongst your generation. And
whoa. I think you meant the millennials, not the Gen Xers,
Sorry,
of
buddy.
which you are one with me, I believe. But okay.
I don't know what the hell I am.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
a
gonna put
boomer.
+1,
Not a boomer.
Participation
Medal. Yeah, sweet.
medal. Okay. All right. So I didn't level up. So I'm at 40 out of 50 XP. However, I did level up at the liquor store earlier today.
By the way, I have you at
And-
45. So trust your GM. My math is better.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So you're at 40.
My team at work is a bunch of raging booze hounds, and we're usually bourbon drinkers, but people were talking about, and this is all over Teams, by the way. This is not like even in person, which makes it even better. We're talking about Scotch. I'm not a big Scotch fan. However, they said, listen, you got to give a couple of these a try. I looked at a list, found something that was very similar, and gave it a go. This is Glenlivet is a popular Scotch brand.
Mm-hmm.
This, however, is Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve.
Yes.
And this is Scotch that is finished in rum barrels. So it's very interesting. And it comes in at 40%, and it looks like, let me hold it in front of me here. There you go. The color of it. Typical color, whiskey color. It is very interesting because on the finish you get the rum, but the rest of it is Scotch. So it feels like you're drinking both.
It's also really, really smooth.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's weird. Like it's good, but it's weird. Like it confuses me.
You don't want to disrespect it by doing so, but you could slam it.
Yeah, I'd rather not. No.
How's the peatiness on that?
It's not like peat hammer. It's enough. I mean, it's there.
It's a
There's no
space
mistaking
side,
it's Scotch.
I believe.
What's that, Dan?
I believe it's a space side.
Ah.
So very little peat, if any.
Yeah, it's interesting. For people that are fans of rum and Scotch, I'd say go for it. Like, no question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm heading down to Benny's in Gurnee, which is the best liquor store like in the greater southeast Wisconsin. It's actually in Gurnee, Illinois, and I will be looking for that because I do not have Scotch in Ron's Pub, and usually I'm a Monkey Shoulder guy because I don't actually like Scotch, and Monkey Shoulder is a great Scotch for people who do not like Scotch. But I would be willing to muscle up to some of that Glenlivet with the rum barrels. I think that would be quite nice.
I got to send you the one I was looking for too, so you have
cool.
that.
Yeah, send it along.
I think the Caribbean Glenlivet is a single malt too. It's not a blend like Monkey Shoulder.
Yes, it is a single malt. However, single malt I found out is kind of a misnomer.
Mm-hmm.
And like the common perception is that single malt means one type of malt or one ingredient set and then moving forward.
I bet not.
It actually means it's only made in one distillery. So
wow,
yeah,
that's some hot shit right there. So if you that's bullshit. That just that could be the blendiest blend that ever blended a blend, and that could be Blendy McBlendface, and you would have that's some bullshit. You know what?
It is bullshit because you know what that means.
I was gonna say that may be some BS labeling. The general consensus is that it's a single batch.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have a dozen casks of the same thing that are being distilled at the same time, and those will be blended. But what you're not getting is like 5 or 6 different scotches that are different blend, like different types of scotch all mixed together.
Yeah.
That way it's the same flavor all the way through that batch, whereas with a blend, it would mellow it across the line.
Right, exactly. So, by the technical definition, I mean, that means everything in our sponsor, Flight Mechanic, is all, single malt.
Well, it is single malt, single batch. Very high quality.
To be honest, I mean, when you're looking at the truth in advertisement, the commitment to quality, the kind of dedication to the craft, Flight Mechanic is where it's at. I mean, I've talked to those guys. I've had a few discussions. We've had some licensing, some merch ideas that we're kind of kicking around. And I tell you, a better bunch of fellas you never met. And so if we can pull something off, we will. The 0 people who are currently watching the stream, if you're interested, get in touch with us. And we'll talk about it. I'll have my people call your people. It'll be fucking sweet. So yeah, thank you for that for that, Rich. Let's move on to Snuffy. Snuffy, what are you having to drink? Because you did not level up either.
Well, as a loser who did not level up, I decided to get something a little sweet to make my day better. I have another drink from Charm City Meadery. This time it is a Wildflower Mead Works with flavor notes of tart, citrusy, and a dry honey finish.
Very nice. Very nice.
Ooh.
Sounds delicious. Also sounds like it might be made of weeds. So
well, I mean, that's what flowers are.
Exactly. Wildflowers especially. The GM tonight, that would be me, will be drinking from a bottle as large as his head. And let me tell you, that's no mean feat. This is Plantation 5-year. Barbados, my favorite rum for sipping. It is not a very expensive rum. It is a rum that is it's a wonder. I'm currently drinking it on the rocks, as you do, and also I would suggest that it is great in a cocktail as well. The Kingston Negroni is a perfect place for a little Plantation 5-year. I will also tell you that when I go down to Binny's in Gurnee, Illinois, I will also be looking for some Smith & Cross, which is a higher, it's an overproof that is also a Jamaican, I think it's Jamaican, rum that is quite funky, high on the banana scale, and we will be doing if I'm able to get down there and get that done, we will be looking at some tiki drinks on the next episode, because Ron's Pub now has a functional ice maker. And now that there's an ice maker, that means that I need shaker tins and a strainer, which means tiki all the time, bitches. I'm going to get the good kind of maraschino cherries, and it'll be super sweet and totally legit. And perhaps Bahama Mamas will be in play this time in 2 weeks. So
I want you to know that you have a better ice maker than the one at my store.
I'm going to tell you, it's $200. It's
a nice ice maker.
It's a delightful little ice maker, and it has come in handy this week with my son having a broken collarbone.
Oh,
so
I have had multiple of those. I feel for him.
He and his brother were fucking around, and one thing led to another, and the 17-year-old stepped on his collarbone, and then it was broken. It was unintentional. It was not a malicious event. The 17-year-old feels plenty guilty about it and has been a trooper and very helpful. And the 14-year-old with the broken collarbone is doing great. And he is today he pulled out his Chromebook to do some work for school, completely unsolicited. So I'm on behalf of the Mothership crew. This one's for Troll Chuck. Hey, Ron.
Ron. Or Ran.
All right, bitches. Let's get down to the adventuring. All right, when last we saw our intrepid crew here in Choi Labs, they had just found, after doing battle with the crab bloom, they had found the sample that they were looking for and had been tasked by Space Chupa to find. They had patched up Eric. He suffered a lot of damage. He's while he is now functional and able to move. He is certainly singing the blues. And
he may not look anatomically correct anymore.
Yes, and he's got a gash that we're not going to talk about. And Reggie, while still certainly sciencing the shit out of everything he sees, he's got some. He's not the man he was when he went down that freight elevator not too long ago. I would like to state for the record that the Marine and the engineer are just fine and dandy and are smoking the occasional cigar and just having a good old time. So, remember, kids, meat bags. Anyway, so let's.
And we're in number 2 in labs, correct?
You are number 4 in labs.
Number 4. I'm sorry.
You are in sample testing.
Sample testing. Okay.
Yes. So you saw that you were in a room full of small containers, and in one of those you found a sample of the bloom as it is labeled on the outside. So now you have a choice. You have a decision to make. You were hired by Space Chupa for 2 objectives. The first objective was to find the sample that you now have in your possession. The second half of the request, which completed the full payment of the bounty, would be to retrieve the data, which is the research information related to that particular analysis. And now the 4 of you are in sample testing. What are you talking about?
I think we need to do a damage assessment.
Yeah. How long are we in this room after the crab, John? Because if we're there for 6 hours, we can do a body save to heal.
The crab, you have patched Eric back up. He is at the exact place where you guys left 2 weeks ago, which is he is a functional meat bag again, and android bag, if you will. And I don't want to insult Eric by calling him a meat bag. and you know you guys have been passing the stems around and all that kind of good stuff. You are basically picking stuff up where you were at that point.
Okay.
All right. So Eric is beat up and
Reggie's took
Reggie's beat up.
a third of damage.
Okay. And I thought I had some kind of medic nonsense, but I guess I don't.
I have first aid, but
okay.
I
But
don't
you
know
have
if it's gonna do anything. I do have a kit too.
Sasha,
Okay.
Sasha, how many stress were you at last time?
4.
Okay, and Snuffy, how many were you at?
I believe it was at 9.
Okay.
9.
I
Well,
apologize.
The reason why I kept failing.
I apologize. I have recycled your previous character sheets, and we did not transfer those over. So
9 stress. You are like little baby. 15.
talk amongst yourselves, kids. You got decisions to make.
All right. Sasha walks over, kneels down to Reggie, and says, "What are you hurt? I need to fix."
Crab hole.
Just point somewhere, crab hole.
He gestures to the giant crab-shaped injury on his torso.
I'm hurt in the crab hole. Got it.
I'm hurt in the crab hole. Where's your medical kit?
I'll hand it over to him.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Does anyone else have first aid? That's not me?
Yes.
Yeah, but can you actually perform first aid right now?
Sure. Why wouldn't I be able to? Why wouldn't I can perform my duties?
Okay, Machina, come here.
I will help.
Is he like limping, dragging hoses, and like milk blood and stuff?
He's kind of making a mess as he goes along.
Yeah. It doesn't look too nice, but yeah.
Put down the Android puppy pads.
He's functioning, but I don't believe at this point that I would give him a penalty to his medical save, to his medical check.
I hand Eric the medical kit.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm gonna guess that that'd be an intellect check plus 10% for your first aid. So let's roll under 40 if you want to fix Reggie.
I'd like to. To deal with the crab hole, I break out the single-use staple gun.
Single-use staple gun. Gotcha.
Yep, that is a 32. I pinch the flesh together and ka-chunk.
Yep, that one
Jesus.
that will absolutely do that.
I believe I have prepared your crab hole.
Okay.
Nice.
Roll a d10, Reggie.
On it.
Okay.
Or no, Eric's the goddamn doctor. Roll a d10.
Yeah.
All right.
6.
Okay.
All right.
You now have 30 health, Reggie. Your
I
crab
wanted to be
hole.
Powerful staple.
Your crab hole is now roughly 30% smaller.
after
Perfect.
after
take
the
it.
campaign, we're
Take one
Campaign with
stress.
Sean is going to have a combined Kickstarter with Beer Machine for single-use combat medical staple guns.
Actually, take 2 stress. That hurt like a bitch.
That's their crab hole.
Right in the crap hole. There should be like anesthetic covering the staples, but you know, what do I know?
Eric, how is
It's a
it possible
gel.
you're at
It'll be
Eric?
fine.
Eric, how is it possible you're at 15 stress? Is that truly where you're at?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have not reduced any stress this entire game.
Nope, that's cool.
You would think a machine has a hard cap on stress, but
He doesn't.
guess-
So there you have it.
He's a walking plot device at this point.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, my fear is 85.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, there is that. There is that. Okay, so you have successfully walked over and stapled his, Reggie's crab hole 30% smaller, roughly.
perfect.
Seems like math to me. So, all right. So there you have it. What's next, kids?
I look at Eric and I say, Machina, can you fix yourself?
I am fine.
I disagree, but can you perform all functions satisfactorily?
I believe I can function.
Okay, good. Sasha looks at the group and he says, we should go get this data, yes?
Boys, I think we need to get F out of here. If there's any more of them crustaceans, it's not going to be good times.
And we know from the video camera that there's something bigger than that crab down in that maintenance hatch, which is the only way to get to the data.
Okay.
Is it,
But
though?
Professor, do you feel a little odd?
Yes.
I do as well, and I think the cure is here.
No,
we have the cure.
You guys
Oh,
already
yeah,
have.
we were
Yeah,
already
you already got the cure. You guys
Yeah.
are cured.
Yeah.
You guys
we
are
don't have a formula for
Yeah,
the
you're-
cure.
you're all
We have-
good.
We
You're-
still have
I wasn't sure
6
if we still
vials
had-
of the cure.
Now you
Oh,
guys
that's
got the
right.
cure.
You're like the 80s, man. We are good.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
In like Flynn.
So this is the difference is a 50% bonus, right? Like, or 50% more of our payment, right?
Yep.
So what do you think?
We can hire a lot more help to come back with 50,000.
Machina, you are smart. What do you think?
I think I am not going in the maintenance tunnel.
Machina, you should definitely go in maintenance tunnel.
Machine,
will.
is that
I
Hitachi?
do
Is that
not
the
believe-
top half or the bottom half?
I do not believe in my condition that I may navigate the maintenance tunnel.
Okay, as DM, I would ask you guys to take a look at your maps,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to
Yep.
tell you guys. I will point out to the fact that there are multiple entrances to the maintenance areas.
Yes.
There's not just that one that was back at Crossroads.
Yeah,
Right.
they're all over.
I
the
don't
place.
want to lead you down any paths or influence your decision making, but there are at least 4 different
Right.
maintenance hatches.
There's a maintenance access in the room we're in, isn't there?
Let me double check that.
We're in
It
number-
does look like it goes underneath this slab.
We're in number
Yeah.
4 habitation, right?
Oh, we're number 4. You have to go back out to 7, so that's like 2 rooms over, and you can get through there.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Says the man who's not having any problems with seafood and seafood analogs.
Dan, are you looking at the 3D one or the 2D one?
I'm looking at the 2D one.
I was looking at the 3D and it looked like there could be one underneath.
Yeah.
So there's at least
Well-
I can tell you that there is one in the labs area. I'm trying to find it right now. It is room
I'm looking at
7.
habitation.
It is room
I'm not
7.
literate.
Yeah, room 7. I see it. Yep.
Yep. Got
Okay.
it.
I think. What do you guys think of this? We leave, but on the way, we see if Machina can get data.
Okay.
Babushka need new shoes. Okay.
Hey, your mama don't need no new shoes. We need Hitachi in one piece and to get the F out.
You are not Babushka.
I'm pretty sure Eric costs more than your shoes.
Not my shoes. Babushka's shoes.
I said that, mama. Mama don't need no new shoes. We need Hitachi one piece.
Okay, or 2, maybe 2.
What's the
So-
over what's the over under on the 3 rules of robotics surviving in the current design of Eric?
Thank you, Sergeant. I will remember your compassion.
Make sure you have a Sasha hat, not a Snuffy hat.
I think
All
that's
right.
fair. I think that's fair. So
Well-
where are we at, kids? Talk to me.
Sasha's gonna reload his SMG.
Okay.
I'm going to continue holding my cyber guts in and I figure we're headed out of 4 and down the hallway to 7.
Okay. So you're out of 4, and you're on your way to 7. So on your way, is the whole group heading to 7, or is just your sorry ass, Eric?
I mean, hopefully the whole group, but
Okay.
I'm going.
Okay.
I've already started walking.
Okay. So maintenance access. You get outside of room 7, and you see a sign on the side of the door that says direct access to. It says maintenance access. The door is open.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna what's in the room?
The room is essentially it's an antechamber with a ladder heading down. Upon inspection of the ladder, you see that there is water in the below you. It is not full. It is probably. It looks like you can. It's murky, but you can see that it is not like over your head.
Okay. At this point, because my vac suit is no longer vacuum safe.
It is not sealed anymore.
It is not sealable.
No.
I would imagine.
No. No, it is not.
But I do still have. I'm going to keep the vac suit on. But I'm going to use my. Actually, you know what? I'll paint a picture.
Please do.
Paint a scene here. So Eric is going to take off his vac suit. Reminder: Eric is naked, and he is then going to take his vibe shetty, and he is going to cut off everything below where the crab cut is at his waist, and then he's going to cut the arms off of the vac suit, and then put that helmet and torso vest back on, so he can still use the oxygen tanks and the rebreather.
I am super confused. Okay, so you just cut your lower torso off?
No, of the vac suit.
Okay, so you took the suit off.
No, not.
It's like Jesus Christ. Okay, so you so you
So instead of vac suit, he now has vac vest.
Vac vest.
Vac
helmet.
Pretty Slav of you, but I'll give it to you. Okay, so you've got a helmet and the bottom part of a vac suit that is it's mostly intact for your upper body, so it's providing you an environment by which to android breathe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean,
it
is absolutely like a new fashion statement for sure.
They probably sell it at
Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Everything,
well, what's that other place? I always
Hot,
can't stand.
it's always Hot Topic.
Yeah, it's usually Hot Topic.
We'll go retro. PacSun.
Oh Christ, does that still exist?
I hope not.
I haven't been through a mall in probably like a decade, so I don't know.
So
Neither have most people.
Restream is like giving me nothing as far as how many people we have. I guess we got 5 people watching. Thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah.
So
Telkazar's talking, so
yeah, Telkazar's. I mean, on a scale of 1 to MVP, he's like beyond that. So he's like he's the greatest of all time when it comes to brush heads. So anyway,
You know what? Here's the Telkazar.
fuck yeah. Here's
Fuck
to you, buddy. Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Ran.
All right, so you're cutting a new fashion statement there, heading down the ladder.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see where this is headed, buddy.
I mean, hopefully to success, since I'm the one going down the ladder.
So we got to get to room 9. Eric.
Okay.
Okay. So for those of you playing along at home on the maps that I gave you, you are now in M3. Do you see where that is? Dan?
Yes. Yes,
See.
I do.
You are now in M3.
Beamer.
What do you do? Exits are to 8B.
I yelled down the hole.
You'll down that hole.
Machina, go south all the way to server room.
So that's a good question. I have long range comms, but I'm underwater currently, correct?
No, you're
only halfway.
You're only halfway. It's basically up to your torso.
Gotcha. Okay, so I can hear.
There's an airspace for sure.
Okay, cool.
By the way, however, I will tell you that you have the sounds of metallic groaning echoing through the corridors. It sounds like rotary equipment that is straining hard. It is under high load. What you're hearing is what sounds to be like rotary equipment.
So
for fun time. No, so
probably pumps keeping the water out.
So before Eric goes away from the tunnel, Reggie's gonna lower the cabling from the rigging gun down and say, Eric, tie this around your waist. If you get into trouble, we can try to drag you back.
Okay. Yeah, I do that.
So you're spooling out the cabling gun.
Cable as he goes.
Sounds good. Yeah. That sounds good to me. Eric,
awesome.
where are you, buddy?
I am. I mean, so I'm at M3 right now. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Cool. So I am going to.
Well, we got to go out into the hallway there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out into the hallway, 8B, and hang a Louie and head toward 8C.
Okay. As you round 8B, you notice a control panel mounted to the wall that says Controls Closed Environment Testing Access.
So is it safe to assume Eric's reading this stuff out over his comms to us?
Oh, probably not.
It depends on what Eric decides to do. Eric, do you read that out, or what do you want to do?
I'm going to stop and take a look at the controls.
Okay.
What do they read? Is it?
It's the panel is listed. It has a tag on it that says "Closed Environment Testing Access," and you see a green light on it. There's a green light and a red light. They're both they are light LED style things. It is not on a any type of a soft display. It's not like an iPad kind of a display or touch display. It is a hard annotator light, and it is in the green versus red condition.
Green.
It is in the green condition.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I'm just going to move past it. I'm going to move on.
Okay. You move on to 8C, I would imagine.
Correct.
You see a control panel against the wall. The control panel has a tag on it. It says Sample Testing Access. It too has a green light, and there's a red light below it, but it is off. Green light is illuminated.
Okay. Gotcha. Hello. I believe that I am seeing indicators for the status of the various areas of the station.
That is very good, Machina. But we need the data from the server room.
That is correct. But if there is an area that is currently underwater that you would like corrected to be not underwater, I believe I may be able to help.
I think right now we're good for where we're at, Eric.
Okay. Moving on to the server room.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you vent the sample area to try to relieve some of the strain?
No.
That might help.
No.
Because we just came from there, so.
Yeah, but it wasn't flooded. Leave it.
Wasn't there, John?
Oh, there was water. There was clearly water in there.
Oh. But we could still walk through there.
Yes, it was still accessible.
It's probably the same condition Eric's in now.
Yeah.
The door. Keep in mind that the doors were forced open earlier in the adventure.
Eric is feeling snazzy.
Machina, put down bow tie. Go to server room.
Okay.
Vac-suit bow tie.
I don't think I have anything that would function as a bow tie.
You could just have like a ribbon of the vac suit off.
Luckily, no one can see Eric mimic tying a bow tie in front of him with nothing in his hands, because that would be creepy.
Make you were using your robotic entrails.
Yeah.
Okay, so you come to a room. It is called server room. The door is closed. What do you do?
Is there a panel of any sort for opening it?
There is a panel with a full 10-digit panel on there for entering a code.
I believe we need a code to access this area. Does anyone know the correct 10 digits?
He's 10 digits.
Is it?
That is correct.
69?
14. Put the 42069 twice.
Okay. I
It's
enter
10 digits, right?
That is.
Yeah.
I enter 42069 twice.
For
Access
double D.
denied. Just kidding. Ha ha. Ha ha. Access granted.
Huh.
Nice.
Okay.
Worst
I don't think my
code
character would
ever.
have thought that far.
Worst
honestly.
code ever, worth 5 XP. Because because 42069 is literally almost every crossout name ever.
The fact that I just guessed that it was like the same password repeated twice.
Yeah.
My character, I don't think is smart enough to do that. But
I'm
whatever.
pretty sure the people that designed Choi Labs are also the ones that like put 1, 2, 3, 4 as their luggage codes. You know.
Sasha just channeled his inner crewman.
Amazing.
Seeing in too many stalls.
Scientist here was hoping for that space bud.
The door opens in front of you, Eric.
Excellent. I walk in. What's in here? I should have looked first, but he's Eric.
Water secure storage for server backups in a case of emergency line in a series of racks behind hermetic seals. Rows of data vaults stand before you. Requires a security access to access.
Okay. Is there a terminal or some other station for me to get access to the servers? here?
Remarkably, there is, and it is functional.
Okay. I don't have the access, so I am going to try to hack it.
Okay. And as you start to log in, and I apologize to the listeners everywhere, this is where JP was going to have a part to play. And because of my inadequacies as a DM, I did not allow our dear friend enough time to create the audio files for this. So this will be less awesome than it otherwise could have been. As you type in, you hear the following. Would you like to play a game?
I love games. Yes.
Choose from the following options. Tic-tac-toe. Chess. Checkers. Global thermonuclear war.
Love that game. Global thermonuclear war, please.
You've chosen global thermonuclear war. Your options are Russia, United States. Choose.
Russia.
A series of characters appear in front of you in Cyrillic. Does Eric speak Cyrillic?
No.
Sasha hits the long range comms. Machina, what is going on down there?
I am playing with nuclear weapons.
Whoop. Sasha looks up at the other two.
Can you help me defeat the United States?
What? United States fell apart in 2032. I mean,
As you are having this conversation, the following comes over the speakers at the terminal. I have not received your input. Please reply soon.
Hitachi, what's the holdup? Give us the 411.
I believe I am supposed to destroy the United States as a representative of the Soviet Union. What city should I target?
Seattle.
No. Pick something in Florida.
Okay.
I have not
Tallahassee.
received an input.
Seattle, Florida.
Are you literally typing Seattle, Florida into the console?
Yep.
What if there is a Seattle, Florida? Hang on.
Your
No,
input
yeah,
has been
Hollywood,
received.
Florida.
Input not understood. Please try again. You have 2 more tries.
Nope, there is no Seattle in Florida. I was just checking.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a Buffalo in Minnesota, so you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
well.
died there. Also, my children are born there. Boom. It's the circle of life.
The circle.
Oh, Sarenya, pretty
You have 2 more tries. Input requested.
So we got to kill the U.S.
And a whole shit ton of Cyrillic repeats in front of you.
Question.
I can possibly
I have-
read Cyrillic.
This letter looks like a C with a squiggle. This letter looks like an I, but angled. This letter looks like...
Hey John,
Are you talking to the GM or are you talking to me?
to you. to
Okay.
you. Because we didn't hammer out languages were not a thing in character development.
You know Cyrillic, Rich.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just trying to be good
Sasha
about it.
Manikov knows Cyrillic.
Okay. Sasha hits the comm and he says, "Machina, no touch buttons. I come down."
Okay.
Excellent.
And Sasha comes down the ladder and starts heading down to server room.
Excellent. Sasha, you happen to see as you're passing out of M3, you notice a panel that says closed environment testing access. What do you do?
I just keep walking.
You move to 8C. There's a sign. There is a panel on the side. This is sample testing access. What do you do?
Keep walking.
Okay, you are now at the server room next to Eric, and you see Cyrillics on there that say, please choose a target of opportunity.
Is it like a freeform input or multiple choice or?
It is a free-form input. Please choose a target of opportunity.
Sasha thinks about it for a second. This is target of opportunity. Well, we would always shoot. Grandparents said something capital cap. I know not. Washington sounds good. Types it in.
Target the Brando corporations.
Brando.
Brando.
That's good.
Input received. Washington targeted. Beginning launch sequence. What do you do?
He says. Sasha looks at Eric and he says, "Can you interface with the machine?
Possibly.
Plug into machine."
Okay. I don't know if I can interface with the machine, but if
Yeah, I'm
possible,
just asking.
yeah.
I don't know.
Give me a. You have got computers and hacking, so you have a plus 15 onto your intellect, which is 30. So give me an intellect check.
Awesome. Oh, 18.
18. You plug in and you begin to do a scan of this, and you realize that this is a simulation that is running within the internal computer that has adapted a 1980s movie to its control systems. And and it is using that simulation to determine the operation of the pump recirculation systems and pump evacuation systems on the Choi Labs.
That makes more sense.
Washington chosen. Provide launch codes.
I do not believe that we should be entering information into this unit. I believe that it will.
Go ahead.
Our decisions and the choices that we make in regard to thermonuclear war will impact the progress of these pumps.
Sasha looks at him and he says, "Wait a minute. This is not. I understand now." And he says, like, he talks to the console, even though it's obviously not voice activated. and he says,
"Hello, computer. Hello."
He looks at it and he says, "This is not right. Makes no sense. Only way to win is not play," and exits the program.
Access granted. Insert data transfer device. Acceptable formats are 3.5-inch floppy, 5.25-inch floppy, zip drive. Insert
He looks
now.
He looks at Eric. He says, "Machina, plug in your 3.5-inch floppy." He.
I believe my floppy is large for this unit.
I think I broke John.
So not what I was expecting. You're going to level up for sure now. There you go.
Anyway.
Trying to like fold it.
Eric, just be glad he didn't give you the 1-inch zip.
Oh,
So, after at least 30 seconds of clicking and whirring, and the read-write head going back and forth and back and forth, Eric retrieves his 3.5-inch floppy full of data.
Couple floppy.
Great.
All right.
Thank you for joining us in Choi Labs beginning sequence for pump shutdown in 10 minutes.
Sasha gets real
we do
interested.
not- Right. I believe that if we do not leave immediately, I will be the only survivor.
Snuffy, start pulling and
Machina, we go now.
We don't
Eric
know.
in.
They haven't been telling us anything, so
Okay.
Hits the Sasha hits the comm as he's running down the hallway, and it says, "Snuffy, Professor, we have 10 minutes. Get the ship now."
I have always wanted to try thermonuclear war. I
No,
am disappointed I was unable to nuke the United States.
As you are
As
about
Sasha's
as
running down
you
the
are
hallway,
standing
he
there,
points back at him, and he goes,
Eric,
"Bad Machina."
Eric,
is this
Over the
the
Eric?
comms.
computer
Or
the computer now stands before you with a message on the screen. Would you like to play a game?
I am sorry. I do not believe that I have time for games right now.
Thank you for playing so far. Goodbye. And that is the last. The screen goes blank.
Okay.
Okay, so Sasha, you are now at 8C. Sample. You see a console in front of you that says "Sample Testing Access." What do you do? Where are you, Eric?
I'm going to follow after him at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just bypassing everything to get back to the same chute that I came down.
Okay, you are now at M3. M3 is a ladder. You and Eric are now there. He has a fairly sizable crab gash and a very hip looking modified suit. What do you do?
Fuck.
Well, Snuffy and I can pull up, carry him up.
M3 goes to 7, correct?
M3 goes to 7.
See.
Yeah.
So I assume you're crawling up the ladder at this point?
Yes.
You're crawling up the ladder, and as you're both crawling up the ladder, there's a loud rumble and shake as you hear metal grinding upon metal below you. The water begins to ripple below you as well. You are in 7 on the laboratories level.
All right. Let's get to the elevator.
Sasha yells at them as if they didn't hear it already. We have less than 10 minutes. We must go now.
Okay. Beat feet out.
Okay, where are you
Make a
going?
right. We're going to cargo lift.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I'll take point.
You need to tell me room by room where you're going
Room by room,
because
right.
I need
We're
to know
gonna
where you're
exit.
headed.
We're going to
Back
exit
to
7
one.
into the little annex chamber and then hook a right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
go north.
heading towards room 1.
Heading towards room 1.
On your left is a room that is called general testing. On your right is room 1, which is called clicker. And you see that there is a door beyond that is also open that is leading to a room called Crossroads.
We are heading towards Crossroads.
Heading towards
Okay.
Crossroads.
You hear further rumbling below you. The whole structure is shaking at this point. I want you each to give me add 1 to your stress.
Yeah.
And I need you all to give me a stress test.
That's 2 added up, and it has to be under your number or
That
over
is
your number.
correct.
What is under your sanity?
Under your stress.
That was close.
Eric, what'd you get?
Doesn't make sense. I have to roll under a 5 with 2 dice.
When you relieve your stress, you're super sweet. So when you relieve your stress when you level up, you're great. But you've managed to manage your stress way better than, let's say, Eric has. Okay?
Okay.
And in this particular case, I probably should have been applying some stress when you guys were hearing about global thermonuclear war, because
Yeah.
but I didn't. So you guys are probably going to get away with this one. So Reggie,
4.
what'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Wow, you just barely got it. Holy shitballs! You were at 3 stress. Sasha, how many you at? What'd you get?
I just rolled a 4 and I'm at 5 stress.
So you are lucky. Eric? Wait, it can't be under. It has to be over. You have to roll over.
It has to be over.
It
Yeah.
has to be over. So you failed, Sasha.
Oh.
Let me check Let me check the panic list here.
Don't worry, everyone. I mean, don't forget that you're near me, so you're gonna have to pay the android tax
Yep. So let me find your
and roll with disadvantage.
Trying to find the freak out list at this point.
Second roll is a 9.
All right. So panic test.
Are you a
So
10 or a
roll
0?
2d10, Sasha.
Oh no!
You want a
don't roll
total?
high.
Yep.
11.
Don't die.
You now have you gain 2 stress, and you are now at 7, and you now have a nervous twitch, and the nearest crew member to you also gains 1 stress.
Uh-oh.
Is that you? Yeah, that would be you, Eric.
We've been rolling together.
That's fine. So you've got another stress. You're now at 17.
Yeah.
What about you, Reggie? You passed, right? And then
Correct. My second roll was a 9.
Snuffy, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 7, so that's a fail.
That is a fail. Give me 2d10.
A 2 and a 3.
That's a 5. So you have a major adrenaline rush. You have now advantage on all rolls for the next 3d10 minutes.
Oh no!
Some good things can come from stress.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just left the laboratories area of the Crossroads. So let me find Crossroads. What did I do with Crossroads? It's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay. You are now in the major crossroad area. So you're entering an area. To your left is habitation. In front of you are 2 storage. And to your right is the cargo lift.
Cargo lift.
Surface access.
Okay.
Yeah. Cargo lift.
All right. So, hang on, kids. Sorry, this is a little clunky.
Okay.
You're doing fine.
Okay. So now you are in. Okay. The rumbling and groaning becomes stronger. As you come to the water level behind you is starting to rise, and you have now entered the main cargo lift area. What do you do?
Reggie's gonna close the doors behind us as everybody else heads towards the lift.
Okay. So, doors are closed behind you. As you are closing them, an immense noise erupts behind you. A huge bloom construct rises from the flooded cavity below. This is an abomination of body parts, flowers, moss, and it charges the lift as it begins to rise. You all suffer 2 stress.
Nope.
Panic check.
Someone's gonna fail.
With that attitude.
Is this sanity we're rolling against now?
You are
I
now
have
running
9
against your. It's a stress check. So let's start with Snuffy. Snuffy is
okay.
at 12.
So my lowest is a
You have to roll
6 and my
two
highest is a 10.
dice and add them. 2 dice.
Yep. So a 6 and a 10. So I take the higher, which would be the 10. So I still don't fail. Suck it, Eric.
You're at a stress of 12. You fail.
Ooh.
So roll 2d10.
I've rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5 on 2d10 combined. You added your 2d10s and you got a 5. Okay.
I got a 2 and a 3, so that would be 5.
Okay. So you adrenaline rush again. You are so full of adrenaline. You are like godlike.
I'm like that kid talking about Soylent.
Yes. Eric, you're at a 19.
Yeah. 000. I was so close.
What'd you get?
It's not going to show it.
No.
Yeah, it's not going to show it. But I have a 9 and a 0. So close.
Yeah, you were close.
But not close.
Nope. So roll me 2d10.
We got a 9.
You are now anxious and gain another stress.
So since I panicked, don't we all have to take a second fear check?
If you're a Marine, you sure do.
Did you panic?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I got the adrenaline.
So let's so Eric, give me another panic check.
Yeah. I can't pass this.
Okay. So now roll me 2d10 on the panic effect chart.
13.
I'm supposed to add your fucking stress to this, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to add your stress to this.
So it goes from impossible to more
give me
impossible.
what was your stress?
13. So now it's a 33 because I have 20 stress.
Instant death, heart attack.
You had a heart attack. You are
He
now
doesn't
immobile.
have a heart.
You're immobile.
Whoa.
You have had system shutdown. I am not going to instant death you, but you are now a liability.
There's a milk-like explosion from my temple, and I fall over.
Okay. Sasha, you're up. Don't fuck this up. You're at a at a 9.
See, 2d6 and add them.
No, so you are still doing a check. So you need 2d10 and roll under a 9. But you have to take the worst roll.
Wait, I just rolled a 4 and a 3, so I rolled a 7.
A 7. Okay, roll it again.
Okay. 11.
Okay, so a 7 is worse, so you panic. Okay.
Okay.
So now roll me 2d10 and add 9 to it.
$24.
24 is you are now catatonic. You have become unresponsive and unmoving for XD10 minutes.
You want me to roll a d10 for minutes?
No,
You got it? All right.
I'm fine with it. All right, you're catatonic. We have 2 bodies down. Reggie, roll twice. Do better than 5.
My first roll was a 12. My
Yep.
second was a 6, and I'm at a 5.
You passed.
So I believe I passed.
You passed both. Okay. And what about you and Snuffy? You already failed.
I failed and I got more adrenaline. I'm sure
Okay,
that's
so you're
helping.
fine. Okay, so 2 of your teammates are laying on the floor. You and Reggie are the only 2 that are currently living, and something is rushing the lift.
I'm gonna
Is
turn
this
to
on
Reggie.
the other side of the door? Or is it in the same room as us?
So the door closing is more of a cage than an actual like enclosed elevator. This is like a cargo lift. Okay, you saw this thing coming, and that's why everybody lost their shit. Okay.
I'm going to turn to Reggie. Patch up the boys. I'm going to head off the plant and hold them off so you can get them safe.
Reggie's gonna take a stim pack, slam it into his leg to give him some extra strength to drag those 2 onto the lift.
Okay.
So it says roll 2d10. So I will have an increase of 9 strength.
Okay.
And I will have an increase for combat of 13.
Give me a strength check.
And 1 second, there's one more roll. They will last for 10 hours.
Okay, you're plenty strong for a while. Give me a strength check, Snuffy, to find out if you drag these guys onto the platform.
Okay, I'm
The
a
raising platform.
46, and I have athletics. I think I can apply athletics to this.
Seems legit.
Okay, so that would be a 56 I have to roll under. I roll a 39.
You pass. So you drag Sasha onto the lift. You need to do it again to bring Eric on.
Okay, let's do this. That is a fail of 57.
I got a 12. That matters.
Okay, so you did pass. So you do definitely get Eric onto the lift. As it
And
continues
then Reggie's
up.
gonna run over and hit the button to start the escalator up.
There's a huge whine from the motors above, and this beast that has reached out and is chasing you slams into the side of the car, and it shakes the car, but it continues to go up, and you see this horrible fleshy appendage climbing up over the sides. But as it continues to reach up into the as the car continues to go up towards the surface, it reaches a point where the shaft is only the width of the car itself, and it slices through the flesh and frees up, and you hear the motor no longer whining into as you pull away from Choi Labs, and you hear a few seconds later the car shakes as this thing hits the bottom and creates vibration as the car proceeds up and up towards the surface of the planet. And that is where we will leave this team as they continue to move away, beaten but wiser for their trouble. They recede from Choi Labs with both the data and the sample as they continue their journey past the surface group, the surface planet base, move on towards the SS Tingle on their way to meet up with Space Chupa. So before we close out tonight's RP session, you find yourself aboard the SS Tingle. And
Reggie looks at Sasha and says, Babushka's not getting no damn shoes.
Sasha doesn't say anything because he's
catatonic.
Yeah.
Okay. There are medical facilities aboard the SS Tingle.
Excellent.
And all four of you are now, at least basal, functional at this point. What is your next step?
I'm going to give everybody another round of inoculations.
Okay.
Double up.
I appreciate your care and concern.
Double tap is always a good idea.
Yep.
So you all are fully inoculated. Were someone to go ahead and redo a bioscanner on you, that you would find yourself to be bloom free.
Perfect. Because that was my next step, is to scan and we should actually go through and scan the ship to make sure there's no decontamination needs to happen.
The Tingle is bloom free at this point. You are
okay.
The only bloom the only bloom that is currently being detected is carefully locked behind a sample container that you have locked in your cold storage.
All right, perfect.
Do we have anything to actually repair Eric's physical body, or just keep duct taping him up to be maneuverable?
Much like the Rocinante, there are full Android repair stations upon the SS Tingle.
And I'm hoping to get robotics or cybernetics next, so I can patch him on the fly.
Okay. So we're here at the very end of what would otherwise be the movie Aliens. What do you do?
Set a course back to, I don't remember what it's called.
The place where Space Chupa was.
Space Chupa's Cantina.
That place.
Yeah, it's a cantina. And while we're on our way back, Reggie will give physicals and tend to any needs for the crew.
Keep in mind that you arrived in stasis. You arrived in hypersleep. This is longer than you want to stay awake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric winds down before hypersleep by singing a Wagnerian opera.
Lilting, that is. Excellent.
I'm assuming
you all get
Sasha's...
+1 stress.
I'm assuming Sasha's memory is climbing up the stairs, running, seeing the giant fucking thing, and then, oh, hey, we're at the space station.
That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The next thing he knows is on the Tingle.
Yeah.
Before Reggie gets into his, he's going to throw a picture of a crab on top of Snuffy's cryo tube.
So I take it you're all going into cryosleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to handle PTSD like any good Marine and drink to excess and then go to cryo sleep.
Okay.
Christ.
Okay. So you are now all in cryo sleep.
Nap time.
The Tingle winds up its hyperdrive under the guidance of its automatic pilot, and you launch toward your destination of Space Chupa's Cantina. Time is fast here in hypersleep, and as your computer is performing its automatic adjustments to the ship, maintaining life support, maintaining the hyperdrive, maintaining all automatic systems, until the hyperdrive shuts down. Sirens wail in the engineering section of the SS Tingle. Beams creak. The ship is being subjected to forces that it has no business being accepted to, but due to its extremely stout construction, it does not fail. And you are dropped out of hyperspace, much to your lack of knowledge at this point, because you are still asleep. Before you lays a planet, seemingly desolate, with a single solitary space station orbiting above it. And that is where we will pick up Act 2 of Mothership RPG.
Hot damn.
So I have one silly question, John.
Yeah.
In most of the situations where the ship fails, the captain gets ejected. Would he get a stress? Because it wakes up the person in charge to try to fix the system while everybody else sleeps.
So far, you're all asleep still. Nothing's happened.
Okay.
The ship is doing its very best to handle a very unusual situation, and we have not gotten to that part of the programming at this point. So
awesome.
That is where we will pick shit up next time on the Mothership RPG.
Awesome.
So.
Chef's kiss, John. Excellent.
Yes, that was good.
Yeah, that worked out pretty well. I'm pleased.
And now I'm kicking myself for not taking the hyperspace trait. I was thinking about it.
So those of you playing
tune in on the 24th.
Yep. So I have Joe Snuffy. I give you 15 XP. Actually, no, we got more than that because you survived. So that is you got 10 XP for survival. So that is 25 XP this turn. And that had more to do with some of the interesting things you came up with as far as battling. You were helpful. So you got. I don't exactly remember. I didn't make a note by many of these XPs. So you got 25. Adam, you got 5 XP.
Perfect.
Sasha, you got 5 XP for the bow tie comment. You got 5 XP for some quick thinking, and you got 10 XP for the floppy joke. So you got 20 XP. So you will level up.
So I'm
Very
at
nice.
65 now.
Exactly. And Eric, you got 5 XP for understanding some panels. So
Awesome.
excellent. And that draws to a close Act 1 of this, known as Bloom.
Awesome.
So now we have a whole different set of challenges coming up next week, or 2 weeks from now. So I would urge each and every one of you who are not watching this right now. I think there's 7. There could be 7. There could be 1. There could be nobody.
We were up to 10 earlier, by the way.
Oh, that's good. We are going to have a very exciting introduction to Act 2 of the adventure, where our heroes find themselves mysteriously pulled out of hyperspace in front of a very uncaring looking world.
Earth?
So, more uncaring than your average Republican. So there you have it, folks. We're going to leave that here and tune in next time on Mothership. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.